The entire team at Emsolation want to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. We want to recognise that we are recording and telling our stories on the stolen land of our country's first storytellers. We wish to pay our respects to all Wurundjeri elders and ancestors, and to extend that respect to any First Nations peoples who listen to Emsolation. We recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples' continued connection to the land and waters of this country, and acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. Always was, always will be. Hello, you extremely good-looking babe. Welcome to this week's edition of Emsolation. My name's Em Rusciano. I'm a writer, a singer, a stand-up comedian, a maximalist power queen, a neurodivergent magic brain, and a podcaster. And this week, you're getting a very special Emsolation in conversation with actor, writer, and activist Hannah Diviney. Before we get to that, though, I want to let you know that in the middle of the ep, you'll be getting a little amuse-bouche of this week's sealed section, which is our premium subscription offering. Michael and I will review Gladiator. That's right, we saw it over the weekend. All the loincloths and gold pinky rings you can handle. Denzel Washington mincing around like Ursula. He is the Disney villain we all long for, let me tell you right now. We give it along. There's sharks. There's sharks in the Colosseum. Did Gladiator 2 jump the shark by adding sharks? It's a shark matrix. You'll hear about my absolute outrage at that. Also, Michael saw Wicked for the first time. I saw it for the second. So we give you a much more in-depth review. A little taster of that will come your way in the middle of this ep. But if you'd like to hear the whole thing, think about being a subscriber to Emsolation Extra. It's so cheap. It keeps me going. It means we can take the ads out of everything. And I love being able to make it. And I don't have to have Spotify or Apple or any of the middle radio companies involved. It's just me and you. So if you want to directly support for like $2 a week a female-led, neurodivergent small business, I'm the one you should be facing towards. My live show is also in 2 weeks. Speaking of whoring myself, Margaret Court Arena will never be the same. They'll be getting glitter. Tennis players will be leaving the court with glitter in their groins going, what the hell happened here? What went on? Was there a Muppet massacre? It's going down in 2 weeks, December the 7th. I'd love to see you there. Come along. What else are you doing? It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great night. We've got limited edition merch now available. If you go to my social media, it's all there at M Rusciano on Instagram. Make sure you're following this show at Emsolation Podcast. Sign up to our newsletter. Do all the things. Become part of this amazing community that we have. All right. That's enough whoring from me. Let's get to the star of the show. I honestly laughed for half an hour. We had about 45 minutes of technical difficulties.
Yeah, we did. And it wasn't our fault.
It wasn't our fault for once. So we're going to put in a cleansing harp or a little bit of maybe we'll put in something professional like Ben saying, Emsolation in conversation or something like that. And then you'll hear the manicness of me and it'll be all systems go. Even if you haven't heard of Hannah, she's incredible and she's so funny. She took on Lizzo. She took on Beyonce. She got them to change their lyrics. She's a great actor, but she's so funny. It's worth hanging around and supporting her, hearing her story, hearing what she does, even if you're not familiar with her. I do say this because sometimes you all drop off when you're like, I don't know the person. This is how you expand your horizons. Let me expand you. Okay, here we go. Cleansing something and then into the interview with the wonderful Hannah Diviney. She is a writer, an actor, an activist. She keeps trying to deny the actor role. In every podcast I listen, she's like, I'm not an actor. I'm like, you are. She took on Lizzo. She took on Disney. She took on Beyonce. She is the star of Latecomers. She's also seen Wicked, the movie.
I have.
Hannah Diviney.
Yay!
Darling.
Thank you for that exuberant intro. That was great.
Well, you deserve it. I'm so excited you're here. I'm so sorry. I was meant to do it last week and I was just in Wicked post-production of podcast.
That's perfectly all right. I completely understand.
Well, you were there.
I was, and I did feel like I had a golden ticket. I was like, how did I get this? What's going on?
I felt the same way. I was looking around just thinking, why am I here? I'm just a podcast. And there's like Edwina Bartholomew from Sunrise walking past me. And I'm like, okay, cool. Did you love the movie? Did you love it?
I did. And I have to say, you looked fabulous too, by the way. I didn't get to say it to you at the time, but I walked past you and was like, oh my goodness, she looks amazing.
You should have cut it. I was so stressed and anxious and sweaty because I committed to that fur. So
There was a lot going on. There's so much going on. And then I got distracted because all the cast happened to kind of sit in or near my section.
I was going to ask you, where were you in the theatre?
Because
What?
there's only so much wheelchair accessible seating in the theatre. So I had jokingly said to my mum and my friends, oh, probably like Marissa Bodie's going to be in my section, right? Because there's only so much space. And then lo and behold, she was at the end of my row. And then the others all walked past me to get to their seats. 'Cause they were all only a few rows away. And I was like, this is very strange.
I had so many what is my life moments, but you got to sit because I was looking up there the whole time. And I was very aware of my reactions because I knew they were in the room. So I kept like looking up going, at the balcony every time I felt like, they needed some pumping up. Yeah. Were you doing that because they were in your row?
Yes.
Were you like, oh, yeah, great. Yes, good.
I had a moment of extreme feeling that because at one point I looked to the side and Jonathan Bailey was standing about 5 meters away from me, but it was dark in the middle of the movie. So I was like, I can't say anything. Like we're stuck. I'm just stuck here watching you watch this, but wanting to say like, hi.
I get it. I didn't get to talk to him. I desperately wanted to.
No.
I was denied.
But you had the most amazing interview with Ariana and Cynthia. You should be so proud of that.
Thanks, honey. I truly went into, I'm just going to be myself. And I realized that, because, so often I've had to do these interviews on behalf of big radio stations and then I kind of put on that persona and then worry about the questions I need to ask. And then I just realized, I'm just working for me. So I'm just going to fucking fan out.
And that's how I felt too doing this interview because it's the first time I've done it just for me.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, 2 disabled women face-to-face, mainstream media. Is everyone okay? Like, did the world fall off its axis? I just want to make sure, is everyone?
I think it might have because I wheeled into the room and was like sitting opposite her, and we both kind of just sat there for a second, like, oh.
I know. I wanted to ask you that. So we're talking about your interview with Marissa Bodie. She plays Nessa Rose.
Wicked has obviously been a story for over 20 years now, but you are the first actually disabled person to play Nessa Rose. How does that feel?
It feels amazing and just so cool, and I feel so honored. It was so cool when I saw Wicked for the first time on stage, and to see just a character in a wheelchair was so cool, and then to actually have somebody that is actually disabled and in a wheelchair for so many kids out there and just people in general to see, hey, that's me. This person looks like me. It's just so cool because I just did not have that growing up. And so to be that for so many people is just so incredibly cool. So cool.
Well, it made me cry yesterday because I was just sitting there thinking about all the little kids who were going to go see Wicked, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh, I've cried. I've cried already.
Because, I also didn't have the representation. Like, it wasn't any better here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was about 10 the first time I saw a character who was disabled. I think it was Artie Abrams from Glee. And I remember being so excited and then so shattered when he wasn't actually a disabled actor.
I imagine for both of you, it would be like, girl, we are the representation.
Yeah,
in the
and
same
it was also
room.
really strange because, like, on a much smaller scale than Wicked, obviously, my first feature also came out that week.
Yes.
So I was like,
which we're going to be talking about. Don't worry.
so
Audrey.
I was like, Audrey, and then I'm like, but your first feature is Wicked. You haven't done anything else. Where do you go from Wicked? I'm like, what the hell?
It was such a good question. Can we just reflect on that? You both had feature films come out in the same week. Fucking press my pause button. She said representation all at once. Let's go.
Yep. We haven't had it for like 20 years or more, so we're just going to
Get him in the room. Get him
go
in
as
the room
hard as
together.
we can now before anyone says like, what?
Did you tell her? Did you say, hey, watch my film, Audrey? It came out this week?
Yeah, I did tell her because I was,
Good.
and it was also really interesting because I'm filming something at the moment.
Okay. Secret.
Which I can't
Off
say.
camera?
I'm like, the NDA is burning a hole in my pocket.
Same.
But I had to leave the interview and like fly straight away to film. So I was like, I'm just gonna go film this thing.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's so cool, that's amazing. And I was like, thank you.
I love it.
But yeah, the interview is doing wildly well on Instagram. The comments have been really lovely. Like the official Wicked movie Instagram shared it like an hour ago or something, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, girl. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. And, you know, look at us too. We're just doing it for ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Independent.
Yes. I so am.
Haven't subscribed to Emsolation Extra yet? Here's what you've missed out on this week.
On the weekend, Michael and I together saw Gladiator and Wicked.
Consecutive days.
It's the Wicked combination.
For Em and I both, we were virginized to Gladiator 2, and for me, I was a virgin. But Em, I feel like you're going to go through, there's going to be a journey for you with Wicked. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's going to be an unpeeling of layers like an onion as you watch it. So I'm sure it was in many ways still a new experience for
It
you.
was because I noticed so much more on the second watch because the
Yes.
first watch was so overwhelming.
Yes. Too much simulation.
Yeah,
Just in the audience alone.
Correct. Like, in fact, I could literally hear Jonathan Bailey's laugh
Oh.
a few meters away. That was wild to me. I could, and he's got a very distinctive. He laughs like Anthony Bridgerton. Like he laughs like an Englishman. Ha ha ha, like that. That's my Jonathan Bailey impersonation. So yeah, no, watching it a second time was so great. And now, and I think the third will be the great sealer, but it has to happen at my house.
The sealer of what? Get into your psyche soul.
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, because I'm telling you, the deal is sealed. You're going to be watching it for the rest of your life. I know that it's in blood.
Yeah. No, but the third watch will put the lid on the Tupperware container of Wicked, the movie, in my brain, because at the moment it's still a bit open.
Yeah, right.
But the second watch allowed me to trap it in the container, and now the third watch will allow me to seal the lid down on it, because there were things I noticed even the second watch that I didn't see the first time around. But we'll start off with Gladiator.
Indeed.
This
Gladiator,
is the
sequel, 24 years later to the Russell Crowe Oscar winning. Can you believe that won Best Picture? I can actually, yeah, it makes sense.
I love the first Gladiator.
Yeah, I rewatched it. I pre-gamed.
I didn't. Did it hold up?
Mostly there are aspects of the filmmaking. There's a weird sort of very late 90s sort of slow-mo thing that it was doing. There are aspects of the filmmaking. Also, it takes its sweet time getting started. But it
so
still
did
does.
this one?
No, well, okay. But Russell's performance still holds up, and it's like weird to go back and remember he was hot.
That was peak Russell Crowe. I can't think of a more peak moment.
It was when it first began, because you might remember the old one begins in the snow and everything like that. It was sort of pretty hot but looked cold. But then the warmer the climate gets, it was good. It was good.
Man
Russell.
fills out a suit of armour.
But there's similarly this one is
Not a
serving
suit of
up.
armour. What's it called? Chest plate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal,
Why bother?
and Denzel Washington and Joseph Quinn. Is that his name?
Yes, and old mate from the first movie, Lucia.
Yes, the lady. Anyway, so
What's her name? That actress, you know.
yeah,
What's her name?
Her name
Yeah.
is
What's her name?
oh, jeez,
I'll just let you know the filler in ancient Greece, Rome.
it's sweet. Connie, yeah. That was so bad because in my head it was going Connie Britton.
I was
and
going to say Connie Britton,
I
which is
know.
why I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
But to be fair, could be sisters. I'd buy those two as sisters
Yeah,
in a film.
Totally.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So let's just say that when it finished, Em just turned and went, "What?" That was her initial gut reaction.
It's true. Guilty.
Guilty. So I think I'm just going to come out and say
There are
for
a few times I turned to you in the film.
Yeah. For you, perhaps not carrying on the legacy of the original in quite the way that you had hoped.
Oh, fuck. First of all, Ridley Scott needs to be put to pasture. Enough.
If you want to hear, or even better, watch what happened next, give yourself the gift of Emsolation Extra. For less than $2 a week, you get 2 bonus episodes every week, close friends access on Instagram, pre-sales ticket priority, and merch discounts. There's even exclusive video episodes of our sealed section every Thursday on our extra tier for less than $3 a week. Find out more at emsolation.supercast.com now. The reviews for Em Rusciano's groundbreaking Outgrown show are in. The Bunbury Herald said her wit, her sparkle, her vulnerability, her talent and her perspective was nothing short of awe-inspiring. And Newcastle Live reported her latest production is nothing short of magic. She's hit the trifecta of laughs, lessons and connection. Don't miss your final chance to see Em Rusciano's Outgrown. One show only, Saturday, December 7, Margaret Court Arena. Go to frontiertouring.com/Em Rusciano.
Now, you speak of your new feature film, Audrey. It's
Yes.
pitch black Australian comedy, which I love.
Yes.
Some of the reviews, which as soon any Emsolation regular will hear them and understand why I'm so excited about this movie, goes fucking hard, unhinged, wild, funny as hell. I'm like, okay, I'm in. Where do I sign up?
Yeah.
You look amazing.
Yeah, thanks. I used to be on TV.
Anything we know you from?
No.
Welcome to life.
Hey.
It's my life. Another day goes by where you don't violate my human rights.
Off you go.
I am in a wheelchair, remember?
Forgotten soap star and self-appointed mother of the year, Ronnie, is trapped in a life of unfulfilled dreams and suburban monotony. Yep, guilty. I get that. With a stalled acting career due to an early pregnancy. Gee, I wonder if anyone had an early pregnancy here. With a disengaged husband. Well, no comment. And underappreciative family. Ronnie's ambitions seem lost. However, when an accident puts her eldest daughter, Audrey, in a convenient coma, straight away I'm in. Convenient coma.
Yeah.
Ronnie sees the opportunity to step into Audrey's shoes and pursue the stardom she was made for. Also exploiting Audrey's absence for their own gain is Cormac, Ronnie's husband, who reawakens his long-lost mojo for life with a job producing Christian-themed porn.
Yep.
Whilst daughter Nora, played by the wonderful Hannah Diviney from Latecomers. Fuck, I love Latecomers.
I'm so glad.
Oh, it's so good. It's my humour. It's my fucking humour. Oh God, we'll talk about that in a sec too. I just love you. I just think you're so funny. I don't think you get enough credit for that. You're a comedic actress through and through. Attention from Audrey's friends and boyfriend. Everyone's life is better without Audrey in it. This,
Yeah.
it looks, is it as unhinged as I'm hoping? I mean, you've seen it, you've been in it. Yes.
Yes.
Were there some
And everyone
scenes?
thinks
Tell me. Yeah.
it gets better, and then it just like doubles down. They're like, it's gonna fix itself, right? And we're just like, nope.
Oh my God. No one learns any lessons. It just progressively gets worse.
Yep.
It's my kind of film. That's my kind
I
of
can't
film.
wait for you to see it so that I can get your full.
Oh, I'll be doing a
Review.
full one on the podcast because what happened was, Emsolators won't surprise you to know, I went to watch the movie yesterday because my ADHD brain can only hold so much information, so it's best if I watch the film closest to when I'm talking to the
Yeah,
people.
of course.
And I went to watch it last night and it's like access denied and I'm like, I can't text them now because they'll know I'm watching it the day before, but that's how I work. And I feel really bad, so I'll just pretend. I'm like, nah, I'll just tell her. She'll get it. She'll understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pumped to see it. So you start, is this your second big acting gig besides?
Yeah, after Latecomers.
Okay, babes. Some people just do community theatre, so
Yes,
Calm down.
they do, but apparently that's not me. Although for the record, I would have been perfectly fine with community theatre. It's just as much a surprise to me as it is to everyone else.
I keep reading this. You keep saying, and I listened to you on Dill's podcast as well, Dill Olcott, I'm not an actor. Are we reassessing that statement now?
Yeah, we're slowly reassessing the statement. I think for me, because Latecomers felt like it was just like a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity. And like
oh God.
people,
Can we take a
people
moment?
were saying all these wonderful things about like the phones are going to keep ringing, like there's going to be offers, and me being the pragmatist that I am went like, get real. There aren't really that many disabled stores. Like that would require way too much industry change too fast. So I guess I can always call myself an actor, but like it's going to be one project and that's done.
Mm.
And then Audrey happened, and I was like, oh, okay, well that's two. Like
You're so good. Your line delivery and
thank you.
both roles. From what I mean, I've seen Latecomers. I haven't seen Audrey yet because of my own ADHD, executive function ineptness.
That's okay.
It's brutal. Like the scripting is, both characters. You say shit that for neurotypical, non-disabled people they would be like standing there going, "Oh God, I don't know how to respond to this."
Yeah.
Do you enjoy? I enjoy playing the autism card at every opportunity just to watch people's faces. Do you enjoy doing that to people? Because I enjoy watching you do it. Good.
And mine is also a lot more like visually obvious too, so I can play different levels of it. Like, whereas obviously for someone with autism or with other neurodiversities, you kind of have to almost like come out to people.
Yeah, I do.
Whereas mine is like, hello, I'm here.
Here I am in my chair. Try and ignore me.
Yeah, pretty much.
I love
pretty
it.
much.
I live. So with Latecomers, I know that initially you went in to just help the writers finish writing it, and then they told you, by the way, you're auditioning for the part.
Yes.
Was it different? Were you offered Audrey, or did you go through a similar process? Did you audition? How did it come about?
So I was very lucky with Audrey. I was actually offered the role of Nora, which doesn't happen unless you're like Margot Robbie. So I was like, what's going on? But basically they had seen an early cut of Latecomers, and they had also seen some interviews that I had done. I think one interview in particular where I happened to use the platform of breakfast television to talk about the fact that I was the first disabled person in Australia to do a sex scene on television.
Good for her.
Congratulations. Do you have a T-shirt?
Thank you so much.
Do you have a T-shirt?
I need to get a T-shirt, don't I?
I mean, I'll be doing merch. I'll be doing hats.
Yeah.
First disabled person to bonk on television. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And it was like on one of those like very cookie cutter like morning TV kind of thing, and it was one of those things where I was like, am I really saying this out loud? And then I was like, oh yes I am.
Yes.
And apparently that was the energy they needed for Nora, so there we go.
The energy gives no fucks, I believe is the technical term.
Pretty much.
But you bring a delicious give no fuck energy to your acting, which is so refreshing.
Thank you.
Oh my God, you're so welcome.
I'm trying to bring that energy to all aspects of my life. It's a little bit more difficult, the particular flavors of mental illness that I have. Like, we actually give a lot of fucks.
My giving of fucks and no fucks are fighting each other constantly.
Correct.
Yeah. I get the same. I'm a really blunt, sensitive person, so it's hectic.
Yep.
Yeah, she gets it. She gets
I do.
So the film is already out. I wanted to be so. I mean, I haven't even seen it yet. Obviously, I've watched the preview so many times. I said to Ben, and then I'm like, I need this fucking. I'm going to go to the movies. They're going to have my money. It's got Muriel's kind of wedding vibes. It's got. It's just that. Yeah. Is that when you read the script? Were you like, oh, they're really fucking going there?
I was like, oh, wow, cool. And then I'm like, I think I want this part. Like, I hope this works out. And then because so Nora has always been written as a disabled character, but they weren't sure what particular disability she was going to have. And then they said, well, we definitely want her to have cerebral palsy, but we're not sure what specific type because there are a couple of different types and ways that CP presents itself. And they originally had Nora delivering a roundhouse kick to a bully's face.
Okay.
In the script that I read. And I went, look, guys, I can act. I can do a great many things with my face, with my voice, with all that stuff. But the roundhouse kick might be like a smidge outside my physical capabilities. And they wanted her to be obsessed with like mixed martial arts. And I was like, can we maybe find a different sport? Like, would that be okay? Like, in this very polite people pleaser way, being like, I'm really sorry that I can't do mixed martial arts, but like,
Oh my God, you speak in my language.
I can't.
Oh,
And
I'm so
then I
sorry.
thought-
I'm so sorry I can't do a roundhouse kick. This is on me. That's on me.
Yeah. I promise I'll like try and work on it if we can't. But like,
What is wrong with us?
I don't know, many things. And then they were like, well, then I just assumed they would give me like tennis or basketball. I figured they kind of go for a Dylan Alcott kind of vibe.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then the writer came back with fencing. And I went,
Interesting.
cool.
Right.
Just want everyone to know that like I have very little motor control.
Do you
So
want a sword in my
So giving me a sword might not be the best plan. Like,
I mean,
I mean,
sure.
I'm fine, but hey, your insurance might not cover what happens when this takes place. Like, it could be a disaster.
I can't believe they came back with fencing. I mean,
they're
I
like-
can, because there's no one with CP writing the script, clearly, so they didn't run it by anyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is
Well,
why
no-
you're here. You're representing. We're getting better.
But it's okay. And they were like, no, we'd like you to try. And I was like, okay, well, let's like warn the stunts guys and it like everybody on set, like stand back. We're gonna be doing. So I did actually go through some fencing training, and I do fence in the movie for a brief moment.
I was just thinking it's a hilarious comedy mechanic giving you a sword, like, and you having you look at them and saying, "Are you sure about this?" Like, I get the weird Inception black comediness of that moment. Oh God, I'm so looking forward to seeing this film. This is very exciting. So I also understand being the first disabled person to fuck someone else on television. Congratulations. I'm just going to keep saying that. I understand that was your first experience kissing somebody ever.
Yeah.
My eldest daughter had a very similar experience in that she had her first kiss on stage in front of her entire family in her high school's production of Footloose when she was 18.
Yeah.
So I was listening to that going, I'm going to tell my daughter that, because yours is slightly more hectic as it's on camera and it's sex.
Yeah. That was kind of an experience where I was like, okay, not how I thought this moment was going to go. There's not like a Taylor Swift song that's a reference for this, but
You need to do stand-up, bitch. I'm not joking. You have just done 15 minutes of the best
that
comedy.
That might be difficult, Em.
Oh, shit!
Ableist.
Ableist cunt!
Hey, that one was just too easy. But I do that to people all the time because they will say, you should do stand-up. And I just look at them and go, that might go very well. And they go, why? And I'm like,
I love it. I love that so much.
We're calling my particular brand of comedy, sit down, I think.
Oh my God, I'm going to do some sit down comedy.
Yeah, I'm going to do some sit down comedy.
Oh, I just had to be sit down.
Kendrick Lamar style, and like stay humble and just do all the stuff.
Oh, she's ready to go. I'm not joking. I will put on your first. I'll do it. We'll do your first comedy special.
Yeah, no, I would love it.
You need to, but you're too busy filming. She's filming something else now.
No, but I would love to do like a proper like live show. Like I think
100%.
I would both thrive in that environment and also die. But
no,
thrive.
I'm not joking. Can I be a part of that if you do decide to do like a comedy festival show or anything like that? I will offer my services in any way, shape or form. I mean, I think you're fucking funny and you have a perspective that I just like you just made me squirm. I just like watching people be forced to have existential crises and hopefully grow eventually and expand their viewpoints in life. And the only way to do that is be really uncomfortable. You only grow out of being uncomfortable. So
absolutely.
I love that. Oh, God. Okay, we're doing it. We're launching your sit-down comedy career.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
So you said with Audrey that there's no redemption arc for anybody. Is that...
Yeah, it's kind of, the idea of redemption is pretty loose. Pretty loose in this film. I mean, different people will have different views. I think the people who love this film, the reasons they love it are also the reasons that some people hate it, according to all the hilarious Letterboxd reviews that I have been.
Have you been on Letterboxd?
Consuming.
No. Are you a sadist? What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't mind. I have my own kind of thoughts about the movie, and I'm just like, I just want to know what people thought. But like the negative reviews are written in such a way that I'm like, they're kind of hilarious.
Do you like the film?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
I don't know if it would be the kind of film that I would be drawn to go watch if I saw it just advertised. Like, I think...
Oh, see, it's the only film I want to watch ever in the history of the world after the advertising. So
yeah.
I'm obviously a bad person.
No, it's not that. I just think for me, I haven't had a lot of exposure to that kind of comedy in film before yet.
Yeah, there's heaps of it.
Cinematic palette is slowly expanding.
What is your cinematic palette? Pray tell.
It's getting there. It's getting there. But like I'm a Gen Z technically. Like I'm on the older side of that. But
oh no, I could be your mother. I'm fully aware of that. Thank you.
no, but as in like we don't have like I grew up with like High School Musical and that sort of stuff.
Same,
so,
but through my children.
Yes.
I wish my daughter was here. She stands in front of the telly when we watch it because she watches that and Gilmore Girls when she's having existential crises, and she performs the whole thing.
Yeah, I could probably do the same thing.
Incredible. So you're she could be my child. This is great. Wow.
Yeah,
great. Fantastic.
And hey, we look alike, so we could start that rumor.
We actually do. I want to know what are you? Can you tell me what are you working on? What's next? What are you doing? What's the NDA? What's happening? Tell me.
I can't tell you that. I can tell you once we're not recording anymore.
God damn it!
I've been joking around with my friends that I would love to play Anne Hathaway and Chris Pine's daughter in The Princess Diaries 3, if they do.
Yes.
If they do that.
I feel like if you're listening now, Princess Diaries 3 people.
Yeah.
I love that
Well,
idea.
you never know who might be listening to this podcast after your wicked explosion.
It's true. It's been going off. It has. I think the producers of Audrey are going to be rapt about this interview because
I hope so.
I haven't seen it. You're not sure about it. I mean, it's a thrilling. It's going to be great. All right. Well, you're a delight. I'm so sorry. We had so many technical difficulties at the start of this. I was writing in my dragon notebook, literally holding it up saying, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. We were going to pioneer a new journalism technique where I just read M's lips for like the better part of an hour and just saw what happened, or the interview was going to be conducted by me reading Instagram DMs out loud and then responding in kind.
Hey, I mean, I'm not against that idea.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. You're a delight. I can't wait to see what you're doing next. Please be my friend.
I would love to be your friend.
Great. I mean, it'll be. I think you and I are probably similar friends. Like we won't call every day, but when we do call, we're right back in the room as though it's been no time.
Yes.
Audrey is out now. Go and see it because it's not your average mother-daughter flick. And if that doesn't sell it to you, it also did so well at South by Southwest. Like audiences fucking loved it. It seems very Australian, harsh, and like when a review says it fucking goes hard, I'm in. It goes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to say, watching it for the first time at South by Southwest in Texas with an American audience, knowing that it was like
Can you tell me? Yeah, go.
the film that we'd made, we were like, ugh, like we're gonna die. Like they're gonna march us out of here because we make jokes about like disability and sex and like there's the Christian porn stuff and there's all the like they're gonna be throwing tomatoes at us. We're gonna get marched out of town. And we had actually all been told like by the PR people, you are about to enter one of the most conservative places in the world. So shush. Like, don't say anything about anything.
Yeah.
And like the kind of feminist troublemaker that I am, I went, this could be fun.
Yeah.
And then they like laughed at the first joke and we were all like, oh, thank God. We all just breathed a sigh of relief. But like, we can stay in Texas tonight. That's good.
Thank you for being here. And everybody go and see. So we keep the producers happy. Audrey. It is a pitch black Australian comedy. It is out now. You must see it. I'm going to see it. I'm so sorry, I haven't seen it. Thanks, Han.
That's okay.
We'll talk soon.
All right.
Bye, darling.
Bye.
Well, there you go. You're a fan now, aren't you? You can find Hannah on Instagram. Ben will put all the links up in the newsletter and online. And exciting news. Hannah's sit-down comedy career is beginning, sort of. She's giving a National Press Club address. Now, look, we all know it's a big deal. On December the 4th. So Canberra Emsolators, if you're around Wednesday, December the 4th, she's going to be giving a speech. And if that is anything to go by, it's going to be incredible. It's called Wheels in Motion, Inside a Storyteller's Brain. Go to npc.org.au. Also, check out Audrey. Incredible Australian comedy out now. And Latecomers, her other show, can be found on SBS. That's it from me. The sealed section is on its way, where you're going to hear the complete review of Glicked. Other than that, just do all the things. I know, it's exhausting. I'm exhausting. Try being me. Love you. Bye.
If you want to hear, or even better, watch what happened next, give yourself the gift of Emsolation Extra. For less than $2 a week, you get 2 bonus episodes every week, close friends access on Instagram, pre-sales ticket priority, and merch discounts. There's even exclusive video episodes of our sealed section every Thursday on our extra tier for less than $3 a week. Find out more at emsolation.supercast.com now. Emsolation with M. Russiano is recorded at Down the Hill Studios, hosted by M. Russiano with Michael Lucas, executive produced by Benjamin Wasley, produced by M. Russiano, edited by Ezekiel Fenn, with videos by James Henderson, socials by Benjamin Wasley, M. Russiano and Marcella Russiano Barrow, with assistance from Jem Evans and Isabella Hines. You'll find links to get more Emsolation on Instagram at Emsolation Podcast. And thanks for listening. We can't wait to chat with you again soon.